ain't trying to, especially in the summertime. I ain't trying to fuck with that.
Yeah, it's kind of hot.
Yeah,
I am.
But
we are recording. But I just wanted to come in with a laugh.
Maybe exactly. We can. Oh, we are recording.
Yeah, we're recording.
Okay. Oh, this shit's on.
Yeah,
this shit is on.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. Hey, you were telling me about your sister, and she watched the show.
She watched the show, and what she was saying was, she says, actually, brother, it's a good show.
Okay.
And
the one you're talking about is the one we just finished.
The one we just finished.
Quest.
Finding Fathers, episode 2.
Yeah.
The phone call that changed everything.
Yeah, that's right. That was my story.
That was your story.
Trying to find my dad.
And
yeah, I did find my dad.
You did find your father.
Finding my dad.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And she thought after 42 years, actually, that's a hell of a story. It's a quest. After 42 years, you know, it that search, that craving, that curiosity, it got the best of you.
Yeah.
You know, and she
said, where you been?
James Evans, your TV dad.
I didn't get a phone call, I didn't get a postcard.
Man, where you been, man? Yeah, that shit was funny.
I love that part.
Yeah, I love that part.
But that was my TV dad, by the way, too.
So my sister said that was huge.
Which part?
You hiring a private investigator. That's how serious.
Yeah.
That's how serious it was for you to connect with your father and your two brothers.
Yeah.
They weren't interested, you know.
Yeah, they didn't have the same drive, man. Just like I mentioned in the show, which is fine. Like I said, everybody got their own quests. Everybody got their own thrills about doing things. And like I mentioned, man, when you're driven about something, it doesn't matter what people think, man. You know, I've always, that's why I'm a competitor.
Not only does it not matter, it's not even mental entertainment.
Right.
It's not even entertainment. It's
but I can't tell you why people have those mental, you know, breakaways from whatever it is that they say, you know, to me, it starts with passion. You know, if you're passionate about something, you go your all into it, you know, because like my brother, he's an artist. I mean, dude can just draw like it's he can draw something like our logo right here, man. I mean, detailed like that too. That's how talented he is. But if you don't have the passion, you lose that talent, or if you still had a talent, you don't take it to the next level. A whole nother level.
Exactly.
Exactly. But see, that's what it's all about. See, that's why I've learned, you know, who I am and know what I'm all about, because I'm a passionate person, but not passionate when it comes down to just being overbearing, just passionate about things I do, like this platform. I'm very passionate about this.
Both of us are.
This is my purpose.
This your purpose, your dream, your legacy, your everything.
Doing this, man.
Yeah,
this. Because like I told you before, man, after my children's mother decided to break up the family like she did, I was always in the printing industry. I used to own a print shop. I've been a freelancer. I've done everything in the printing realm. And I wanted to start a magazine called, you know, Modern Day Fatherhood.
Got you.
I think I told you about that.
Right.
And I still wanted to put that on our website and have pages where, you know, fathers can come in and they can just throw in, you know, their stories on what they're going through in the Modern Day Fatherhood section in our website.
Well, you know, like I was telling someone yesterday, I was out to dinner with some friends of a friend, and the two girls, you know, my girl, his wife, they're the best of friends since junior high. So I'm meeting the husband for the first time.
Yeah.
And he wanted to know what our podcast was about. And I said, we empower men. I said, men have the same problems. We all have the same problem.
Yeah.
You know, we have wife problems, girlfriend problems, relationship problems.
That's right.
Drug and alcohol problems. Yeah. We have divorce problems. We have child support problems.
Everything under the sun.
Everything under the sun. We have work problems, you know, and
we don't talk about it.
We don't talk about it. You know, we hold it in. We think it's a badge of, we actually think it's a badge of honor to hold on to it like it's our, you know, like it, whatever it is.
See, but that was taught though. It was taught like, hey, step up and be a man, you know, men don't cry, you know, stuff like that.
Well, no, men do and don't cry. It's a platform for it. I don't believe, me personally, I don't believe it's healthy for a man, if he's in a relationship, to cry around his woman, his girlfriend, or whatever, because...
No, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I agree with that.
Well, let me finish, Coach. Let me finish. You know, because we carry the weight of the family,
Right.
and we want to always come across as strong, grounded, secure, and all that.
I
And
agree.
when some men cry in front of their woman, she loses respect for him.
Not all the time, but I hear where you're going.
Sometimes. Let me finish, Coach. Let me finish.
I hear
Right. And this is a platform where a man can come.
Right.
And also, if he has to cry, we understand. We'll embrace him.
Of course. Of course.
I just don't say it's a good idea in front of your woman. Some women are supportive.
Right.
But for a lot of them that I've met and seen and hear,
right.
Right. They think their man is weak and they lose respect for them.
Well, I get that. But my point I was trying to make is that men were told back then to step up and be a man. Don't cry. Suppress things. And when you suppress things, it brings on health challenges. That's what I'm talking about.
It's going to have to come out and show out.
Yeah, but I'm not disagreeing to what you're saying. There are some women out there that do that to their men. They hold it like on them, and they come back at them like that. And there's a lot of women out there that don't do that because they have that heart to understand that that man should release that stuff. So it's an agreement and a disagreement with that because I understand both sides.
And I did that one time in front of an ex-girlfriend. And from that point on, she had no respect for me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It happens and it doesn't happen because, I've been around my woman, dude. And I've let out some tears. All she did was just console me.
Yeah.
She didn't even ask me what I was crying for. I told her what it was. I said, hey, my mother moment.
Right.
And she understood. So I can let her know why this emotion is coming out, man. There's nothing wrong with that. But the bottom line is this platform was built for men to come and talk to other men like we did at that church. And I asked them, raise your hand if you have somebody to talk to.
Right.
And how many people in the room?
I would say a good 3/4 of the room raised their hand because they had a phone number. They had someone they can talk to.
So that's 25% that don't. And that's a big quarter.
Right.
Any quarter that you have is taken away from that. Taken away from that 100% doesn't give you 100%.
Right.
So the bottom line is that 25% is the ones you're trying to reach out to. And then the other 75% need to continue to help build this brotherhood. And that's what this platform is all about. That's what the Men's Lounge LA is all about.
Right. Well, as I shared once on the podcast that, we have a platform at my church. I'm not the pastor of the church. I'm a member there, but I facilitate the men's group and we meet every other month. And
isn't that the last Sunday of the month?
Pretty much the last Sunday of the month, every other month. And there's an opportunity for us to get together live, network, talk, express, cry, learn, share, whatever. It's there for support. And you can always reach out to me, info@themenslounge.com, info@themenslounge.com.
LA?
Oh, let me say it correctly. info@themensloungela.com.
Right.
info@themensloungela.com. And inquire when we're meeting live. It's for men only.
Right.
We meet live every other month.
There's food there too, guys. When you come hungry.
It's refreshments. It'll be refreshments there.
It's actually a good setting because since we had this podcast and this platform we put together, when he told me about it, I've been joining him. I'm not a member of his church, but I've been joining him to make sure that I support my partner here, my co-host, on the things that he's doing to support men. Because even that, there's a church not too far from our studio here that we go to, and there's a huge men's group there. That's
about 40 men showed up.
It's huge.
Last time we went,
and
we went to that. We went to that men's prayer breakfast 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, at least.
And it's my neighbor across the street that invited me, and I went and I showed up. And one of the reasons why I showed up because I show up as male support, and I want to hear what they're doing. I want to share what we're doing and see how we can collaborate with this men and male empowerment. And matter of fact, I would say in about a month, about a month or so, We just heard from our mentor, Ray, the Stormbreaker Gage.
Yeah, that's right.
And he sent you a text this morning.
He did.
We're ready to do another podcast of masculinity. Yeah. And what is the title he wants to?
Yeah, actually, I have it right here. Let me take a look at that because I just took it down and we were looking at it over there earlier before we started this short show that we're doing right now. And it's actually going to be pretty cool because these are the guys who kind of brought us in.
And kind of.
Yeah, and actually walked us through a lot of the things we're doing right now. And they're mentors, like you said, you know.
Why don't you tell?
So when it's all said and done, these dudes, he said, is masculinity dead?
Ooh.
Is masculinity dead?
That's a hell of a topic. Is masculinity dead?
Yeah.
You know, we did a show about a year or so ago with Ray on there. What was it? Was it
child support or child abandonment? Yeah.
And one of the things that Ray said was, snap, I just lost my thought.
That's all right, man. Go back and look at the show. It's on our platform. You know, it's you'll see myself, Sir Frederick, and then you'll see a Caucasian woman, and you'll see Ray. That show there, but you'll see the title, you know, and just go in and check that out. That one there is child support or child abandonment, you know, and that's a good topic there as well.
And one of the things I mentioned in that podcast was how TV depicts fathers as losers or bumbling idiots.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. And that's pretty sad when we're the ones that really carry the weight of the family. We carry the weight of the family.
We get beat up a lot as men, you know. So when we get beat up like this platform here is to celebrate men, you know, create a brotherhood because there's a sisterhood out there we just can't touch. Not trying to touch it, but there's a sisterhood out there.
It's
and
unbreakable.
We got stories about
you can't even penetrate the sisterhood.
Penetrate?
You would have to go there.
Hey, you know what? I'm a coach.
Right.
You know, so
but
hey, when it comes to sport,
the sisterhood is just very, very difficult to that bubble is so strong you can't penetrate.
Which is fine.
That's
fine.
That's their makeup.
Right.
But for us, men need to know there is support. There's love out there. There's support, you know, right here at the Men's Lounge. And, you know, we can talk about it on the podcast.
Yep.
And if you have a topic that you would like to see us tackle, let us know.
You know, I told my physical therapist that today.
Really?
Yeah. This is my first meeting with her, and I was telling her about our podcast.
Right.
And I mentioned to her, I said, hey, we stimulate women at the same time. You know, so as far as I'm concerned, you can tap in, give me a topic. So as we go through this process of my physical therapy right now, because, you know, my back has been bothering me, so I'm going through the therapy process so I can, you know, get pain control. And she said, oh, I like that. You know, I'm gonna, you know, share this with my husband. I said, cool, do that. But we're taking topics from everyone, not just men, from women, teenagers, you know, young adults. We're taking everybody's topic, you know, challenge us.
When he said, we stimulate the women at the same time, we will have more women on our podcast.
Exactly.
To support it, that we support them, what they're going through. I have one lady in particular, she wrote a book, The Depths of Soil. She had a son that passed away, her only son, and we'll highlight that.
Yeah. I mean, we have a lot going on.
We have a lot going on.
Come on, chat. Just follow us. Understand that when you like and subscribe, this builds our platform, and we're here to support, you know, because as we empower men, everyone benefits, including and especially the woman who's looking for a man like that.
And when you see this, put in the comment section, men. You're a man, men. You know, that just one word, men. Let us know you heard us.
And if anything, father, if you're a dad, put in father or dad. We'll take that one word as well.
We'll take that as well. So
we're here to support. We're here to help uplift our community. We help uplift all men, no matter what community. Yeah, exactly. We're building a fellowship here, you know, with that right there.
The Men's Lounge LA.
That's it.
That's what we do.
That's us.
All right. Was there anything else?
Nothing else, because I'm getting hot as fuck over here.
It's fire. It's nice.
Fire.
It's nice ambiance and all that.
This is fire. This is fire. This whole thing is fire.
Yeah, but it's kind of warm sitting here. So, all right, Coach.
So as we empower men, everyone benefits, including and especially the woman who's looking for a man like that.
We're empowering lives. How does that go? Empowering men. Strengthening families.
And transforming lives.
I should know that as much as I say it.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you.
That's okay.
You didn't lose your goddamn mind.
No, at least I'm honest.
That's all right. Accountability.
At least I'm honest. Okay, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the lounge.
Thanks for watching.